Hey, it's Theo and welcome to my 1 minute card reviews. Today we will be going over Hunter, but before we begin, I do want to talk a little bit about a recent announcement Blizzard made, where they said they will be going to nerf a lot of cards when the new expansion launches. Now, they haven't really said or there's any indication like if these are going to be huge nerfs or just going to be small nudges to those cards. Now, it is going to be kind of difficult to guess how the power level will be when a new set launches, but for these reviews I'll try and be a little bit more optimistic now when judging these cards. Now let's start with the very first card, and it's the Exotic Houndmaster, a 2 mana 2/2 Battlecry, draw a beast, and imbue your hero power. Now, imbue the hero power is the Blessing of the Wolf, which is give a random beast in your hand +1 attack. It costs 1 less, and again, it upgrades. So the more you imbue, the better it gets. More discount you get on your beast, the more attack. Now this card seems perfect in a deck like this. Not only is it a cheap imbue card, which is definitely what you want, it also draws a card, and that card is exactly what you want, a beast. So yeah, this is pretty amazing in a deck like Imbue Hunter, if that will be a thing. It pretty much has everything you want, and all of that for just 2 mana. So I'll be giving this card 4 stars. And the second imbue card we got is the Umbra Claw, a 4 mana 5/2 beast. Rush. Death Rattle, imbue your hero power. Now this card is a little bit worse than the previous one, but I think it's going to be a card that you still want to be playing in imbue deck, because you do want to be stacking up those imbues. However, it's definitely weaker because, and it's 4 mana, and it's not really a card you can just play proactively. It's really a reactive card because, if you just develop a 5/2 on turn 4 that doesn't do anything immediately, that's not that strong. You really want something to rush into. And preferably something bigger than like a 2/2, because that would be pretty horrible. Now, it's perfect to kill a Yeti if the opponent develops that on 4, but outside of that, it feels like it's a little bit too expensive as a removal card. However, because it has that imbue still on it, I still want to be giving it 2 stars. It's probably still something you want to be playing in imbue deck, but more for lack of other imbue cards than that this card is really amazing. Then let's go to some cards that benefit from the imbue hero power. First one is Mythical Runebearer, a 4 mana 3/4 beast. Taunt, Battlecry. If this has 4 or more attack, summon in a copy of this. So pretty much you only want to be playing this in an imbue deck, and then it has at least a 3 mana 2/4 if you hit it with the hero power. Although it's kind of 5 mana then because you have to play the hero power. The main problem with a card like this is that, the longer the game goes on, the worse it gets. So you really want a card like this early. Problem is, doing it consistently is pretty tough because you're playing probably a bunch of other beasts if you're playing an imbue deck, and then any of those other beasts can take this discount, and then you might be stuck with this card in hand for quite a while. That just kind of sucks. It's nice when it's the only card in hand and you can guarantee it, but if you're playing some bigger beast, which is probably what's intended with imbue, it's hard to get this guaranteed out on turn 4 with the Battlecry active. So that's why I'll be giving this card 2 stars. Now the next card is the Verdant Dreamsaber, a 5 mana 4/7 beast. Battlecry. If this costs 3 or less, attack 2 random enemy minions. Now again, another card that really needs that imbue hero power. So worst case, if you include the hero power cost, it's a 5 mana 6/7 beast that attacks 2 random enemy minions. Now, I think this card is a little bit better than the previous card because it has that immediate impact, and it feels like it doesn't fall off as hard as the previous card the longer you wait with it. And in Modern Hearthstone, it's just very important that cards have an immediate impact, like this one has done. And also, even in the later game, right, when you get the hero power imbued a couple of times, it's like 5, then there's 0 mana, 9/7, and then kill 2 minions maybe. I think that's pretty solid in a deck like this, and something you kind of want to survive till the late game, so I'll be giving this card 3 stars. And then the first legendary I have is Goldrin, a 9 mana 9/9 beast. Rush. Friendly beast, deal double damage. So by itself, it's kind of like an 18/9 with Rush. That isn't really good enough by itself, even with Rush. So it's gonna need some way to combo. Obviously you have the imbue to make that better, to make this a lot cheaper and make it deal more damage. However, there aren't that many other beasts actually that really work that well. There's only one charge beast, which is King Plush, so that could work pretty well with it. If you reduce that to 0 mana, that means +9 attack at the very least. I mean, that is then 15 damage, and that could be an OTK with Goldrin, right? But then you have to reduce exactly King Crush and not other cards. And that's a bit of a problem with this imbue, is that, you do need it to hit the right beast. Now, it also makes any beast on the board a lot scarier. If you leave anything up, You just gotta double its attack. And in combination with that, maybe the combo potential with the imbue, I'll be a bit optimistic about this card, I feel like, and I'm gonna be giving it 3 stars. And then let's go to the non-imbue cards, starting with Amphibious Spirit, a 2 mana nature spell. Give a minion +2/+2 and death rattle. Give a friendly minion +2/+2 and this death rattle. So yeah, this reminds me a bit of the Battlegrounds, although I don't think there's an easy way to duplicate it, but it is a nice buff. So this card basically requires you to play some sort of token deck, so you can keep using that balance, although probably if you even use it just once, the death rattle works once, it's probably already worth it. 2 mana +4/+4, kind of good, although yeah, the downside is that yeah, you do have to trade first of all. So it makes it especially good with like a rush minion, like maybe with like the spawning pool from Zerglings. You can keep buffing those and keep trading them when they get all rush. Although again, we don't know what the nerfs will be. It's only 2 mana, so it's not too big of an investment. Can also just be good on curve from a 1-drop into this. So I'd say yeah, this card is pretty solid. I think you only need the death rattle once for this card to be really worth it, and I don't think that's going to be too difficult, especially not if you're running a bunch of rush minions. So I'll be giving this card 3 stars. And then we have the Spirit Bond, a 3 mana nature spell. Deal 3 damage to a minion. If that kills it, summon a 3/2 wolf with rush. So yeah, the requirement for this is kill a minion, which yeah, kind of hurts it feels like, because yeah, it cannot always be as easy to do, and yeah, it also means you can't kill like a 6 health minion with this. So yeah, that makes it kind of tough to see this card being very good. Like yeah, early on it can be great, right? Kill a 3/3 and get a 3/2 that can kill another 3/3, but that's kind of the ideal scenario, and that's solid, but yeah, that's kind of the best case scenario. And then late game, yeah, dealing 3 damage to minion, can't go phase. So you can't even burn the opponent down with it. It just seems like it would be a very bad top deck then. Well, generally cards in the past like this have been good, right? Like then kill a minion and get a minion. I feel like this one is a little bit too expensive for what it does and just not really good enough in the late game to be seeing a lot of play. So I'll be giving this card 2 stars. And then we have the Shepherd's Crook, a 3 mana 3/2 weapon. After your hero attacks, summon a 3/3 sheep that's dormant for 2 turns. So you can see the sleepy sheep there, and yeah, it's dormant for 2 turns, and generally yeah, dormant is really slow, so it has to be really good to be worth playing. And yeah, this one, all it is a 3/3, and also the problem is yeah, there's not really another card that really synergizes with this, not in this set or any other card I think. And yeah, what do you want then? Like yeah, you get a 3 mana 3/2 weapon. That's pretty weak because we don't even play 2 mana 3/2 weapons anymore. And then you have to wait 3 turns before you can actually attack with the 3/3, and 4 turns for another one. Yeah, that just feels too slow in today's meta. Like best case scenario, you coin this on turn 2, then on turn 4 it becomes active, and then you can attack with it on turn 5. Yeah, I just don't see that being worth it, and I'll be giving this card 1 star. And we have Grace of the Great Wolf, a 4 mana, choose 1 spell, deal 4 damage to enemy hero, or summon 2 3/2 wolves with rush. Let's go over the first part, which is the deal 4 damage to enemy hero. Yeah, that's pretty weak. Even though Hunter likes face damage, yeah, spending 4 mana to deal 4 damage to enemy hero, that's pretty weak. You can't even target minions with it. It's very limited in what it does. And it feels like it's more of a bonus effect to the card, and that is the main point of the card. And especially because, yeah, the part of the 2 Rush Wolves is the main part of the card, and that just isn't good enough. We've had that card, basically combo card in Rogue, and yeah, outside of Shafar combo, it hasn't seen any play. It's just, yeah, those cards are not really worth it nowadays. So yeah, for 1 mana more, having the maybe upside of dealing 4 damage to enemy hero, it's just not gonna be worth it, and I'll be giving this card 1 star. And then the last card is Brawl Bear Mantle, a 5 mana 3/5. After you cast a spell, summon a random animal companion. So yeah, on first sight, seems like quite a nice card, just being able to summon potentially a full board of Huffers. Yeah, who doesn't want that? But yeah, you don't need to cast a spell, and the problem is that yeah, Hunter has a few cheap spells, but not really any ways to cheat mana on them. So yeah, you'll only be able to play like 2 animal companions with this on turn 7 if you have 2 1 mana spells. So the best way is yeah, maybe with the coin. Another card you can get coins with is the cash cow, so that can be pretty nice. We get like 2-3 coins of it. That's already pretty much a full board with this card. But yeah, it does require that setup. It requires your opponent to attack multiple times into it. So yeah, it might be a bit tough to pull off. But yeah, if you do pull off, this card is extremely strong. So yeah, the potential of this card is pretty big. But yeah, outside of the cash cow, it is kind of tough to set this card up. So I'll be giving this one 3 stars. And that is it for all the Hunter cards. Please let me know what you think of them. Are you going to be trying those imbue cards out, or you're going to be trying to get 6 hovers on the board? In the next few days, I'll be having more reviews on my channel. So if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and until next time.